And of course, it's infested with ants, but it is really dirty. We want to not only clean it for us, it's make it a little bit nicer to work on when everything's clean. This is here for an engine swap. This engine got overheated badly. He's supplying a new engine for us to install. We're going to put a new radiator hoses, the new replacement engine he has. This tells you somebody's had to keep adding stuff at a regular basis. And then a rag down there. Doesn't have a battery, and the battery it has at his house is stone dead. So same thing, that's not going to come back. So we're going to do an engine bay wash, and I'm thinking we might do a little bit of a outside wash. This is something we do. This is something that we call LHT TLC. Hard to think I was doing this like 7 hours ago. This is the engine is supplied 50,000 miles. This is an AP2 motor. This is an AP1. So a few people have asked, hey, does that engine work? This engine actually works very well in this because these tend to run pretty rich up top. So by putting this motor in, it brings that air fuel a little bit closer to 12 to 1. They actually make a little bit more power, these ECUs. I'd recommend shifting at 85, 86. No sense in revving it past that because stock exhaust, stock intake, stock manifold, etc. ain't gonna really make much power.
So unless you're at the road course trying to get that extra mile an hour to return.
Yeah, exactly. But essentially, you don't need to do the 04, 05 ECU. That way you can leave the ECU in there. The key works, the immobilizer works. No sense in taking it to Honda to have the guy at Honda reflash it because he's never seen an S2000 before. A little bit of TLC. I'm just interested to see what this paint would do because it's so dry. This really deserves a detail. Maybe we can talk to him. I don't know if he's going to have the funds to do it after putting a motor in, but it would be really, really needed, right? He said this clutch has been replaced more recent. This one has 50,000 miles on it, but it's rusty. Often if this has been wet enough to get rusted, the disc could stick to the pressure plate and flywheel, and then if you do pry them apart, it removes material off the disc. Pretty much ruins it. It did have one mount. This one looks to be in really good shape. These are fluid filled, and you often see them break around here, and then basically all kinds of goop comes out of there, and they're dry. All the good stuff, all the stuff that you want. Obviously, we'll use the compressor that came on this motor because it was hooked up and working. This one is open, so it's almost certainly going to be bad, which is a shame. It was never sealed. If somebody would have sealed that compressor probably would be good, and that is an expensive compressor. This belt looks like we should replace it. This rust might clean off, it might just be surface rust. We'll check that. If so, that is good.
No problem with that.
No, the springs are loose. Got a rattler there. Yeah. Aftermarket bearing which falls apart, but this is all actually pretty good. Let's just call him, see what he wants to do, let him make the decision. Definitely needs a bearing, obviously. This is just common on these things. If it was me, you give me the okay, I'd put a brand new clutch in it because I don't want you to do it twice and you're already paying labor to take it apart. Why take it apart again? But that's not my decision to make.
Did we get approved?
They gave us a big yes.
He said, yes, let's do it brand new. So we're doing a full new clutch, new Nachi bearing, new Honda disc, new Honda pressure plate. None of the Exetti stuff. This is the best stuff. This is why we use this stuff. It's the best. What else? Belt. Needs a belt. The bearings actually feel good. Best way to check these, take the belt off and spin it and see if it spins smooth. Make sure it doesn't make a noise. right on that sucker. See if it makes a noise. We offer a clutch install kit. It comes with a new dust boot, a new main seal, a trans seal, a slide, and then of course an ample serving of Aurora grease to put it back together. Oh, they actually looked good at first.
Yeah.
There's that one broke, but yeah, this was the one that came with the new motor, so it needs one, which is right there, which these are insanely expensive. There you go. Good thing is it's the same part number left and right. Look at the ants. They are still alive and well. It doesn't say no ants. Is there any ants on this motor yet?
They were on some of the hoses over there already.
So there is the brand new mount, the brand new Honda mount. This is the best one that he had. All right, so we got one hose on, the low hose. These are easier to do putting on, by the way. Getting them off is tough. Still got a new radiator to put in there. The new upper hose, once that is done, connect the AC line, suck it down, vacuum it, charge it, put fluids in it, put the airbox on it. He wants to do an airbox mod. We have a new Honda battery coming that should be here tomorrow. Keep showing you some of the things that we sell. These are what we use in the shop. So everything that we sell in the store, we actually use. And if it's something that annoys us, we're not gonna sell it. We wanna offer you the best stuff we can. Look how easy that comes off. One hand operation. Actually, no, that's not OEM. That's the part number though. I don't know who makes that. This is the new S-Tube, just came in. This is the newest design from our new manufacturer. It's black anodized. It actually flows a little bit more than the first one, and mainly the angle optimizing for better flow and easier install. So when you build an intake, it's going to be easier. Billet aluminum, black anodized for your Jackson Racing supercharger, and the price is going to be much lower. I'm excited. It's not in the store yet, but by the time you see this video, it should be. We just need to put fluid. The battery is here. I just had to do a little bit of shopping. Just went to our friendly neighborhood Walmart. Want to see what I got? You want to check out my shopping list? Guess what, customer? You're buying that. I think that was all of $4, but that's on you. This is on me right here. So we have a mouse in the other shop. So I've got some of this right here. This is nice lightness, but they kills them. This is just in case that one doesn't work. Who knows? And I got one of the good old-fashioned slamming your finger in it, trying to set it up traps. Figured I'd show you this tool again, just in case you haven't seen it. We do have the ones for the other Honda caps coming in any day now. Just getting the laser done just makes your life so much easier, and it's not just taking it off, it's putting it back on. If you don't tighten this, it does vibrate off and then falls down there. And then when it falls down there, you can't get it back. It fits in there, you put it in with a bit of a shove. The nice thing about this, it doesn't glug. It's easy to pour, but it has an air relief around here so that it doesn't glug and splash the oil back on yourself. You know me, if it glugged, I would chuck that thing in the bin. It doesn't. It's fantastic. We have a bunch of them in the store. I think it's like $5. So I'm gonna put something here because this is obviously mouse poop. So I think I'll put one of these trays right here. I think I'll put one here too. These are the good old mouse traps. Here is some cheese. And mice love cheese. We're gonna try that. I'm gonna put a couple of them in here. I'll put one over here, and then I can report back and show you if there is a mouse. That sucker is so sensitive. If you breathe on that thing, it goes off in years. Oh crap! My thumb is throbbing. I haven't messed with a mouse trap in years. Just those little guys right there. Oh my god, it is gonna chop that mouse in half. coat so far?
Nope.
Yeah, both fans are running. I'm ready when you are. Wow. That started right up. Fans just shut off. Yeah. The fans just shut off. That's very strange. Just gotta bleed this out. We're gonna let it run until the heat comes on. You have any codes?
No, I've got it to where I can see the short term and stuff, and it's working, so I can see O2 voltage and see what it says.
Sounds good. Starting to get some heat in it now. See how a bucket's doing doing its thing. Basically circulating the water. That's what that little extra hose is on the side. So we just changed the O2 sensor. One that came on the motor wasn't working. Trims are working now. Trying to bleed the system. We're wondering if the thermostat is stuck. So it's not cooling correctly. We think the thermostat might be stuck. Upper hose is hot. Lower hose. You put your hand on it. My hand is fully on the lower hose. So yeah, thermostat stuck. Safe hour mousetrap set off. You ready? Nope. So the Type R is still up in the air from when we had to prep for the storm. CRX, I did drive last weekend. I had to do a drive to the other coast to do a family event. The S2000 is ready. I'm taking that to the Dragon. Jonathan is coming in a couple of days. He's just going to finish off the ceramic coat, and he's going to put a new coating on the top, which I'm going to share with you, because if it's something that works as good as it's supposed to, it's something we can offer for the convertible top. It should make it look a little blacker, which this is brand new, so it still looks nice, but it'll give it more of a black, deep finish, and it should help protect it from the sun, and of course shed the rain. So I'll put a separate video up on that, because that's something I want to offer you guys. Obviously, we want to preserve these cars and make them look as nice as we can, and I want to show you what it looks like. All right, drain the water out again. We got to change the thermostat. There's the OEM thermostat. That's all I use is OEM, by the way. Yeah, you can probably find one on Amazon for $6, and it looks just like the OEM one, but it probably doesn't work. So without being too dealership-like, should I just say from now on, we put an engine in, you're getting a thermostat, because it would have been much easier on the ground. Very, very easy to get to. Now it's a pain to get to. If you don't know where it is, it's under there. It's two little 10mm bolts you got to take off. It's wasting maybe an hour and a half of our time. We're supposed to be starting on this one right now, and we're still finishing this one. This one is an 06 here for suspension and an OEM top. If you can do this from underneath, it's a little easier, but that is the thermostat right there. See that? That's the lower hose. That's it. That's what you got to take off. So I just got the thermostat out. So when they stick, they tend to stick closed. What happens is this is obviously sealing the hole. This part moves and allows water to pass through. This is like a relief, so it allows it a little bit of water to get to both sides of the thermostat. But this actually pulls this open and allows water to flow. We've seen these stick in the open position and closed position. Usually it's in the closed, because when it's cold, that will seal in there, and then when it sits for a while, it just sticks. There is a few ways you can test these. That don't feel like it wants to move at all. You can put these in a pan of boiling water, and you'll see that move. But like I said, there's no real fixing them. Just go ahead and replace it. Too much effort to mess around. Just come with a new seal. That moves, it's tight. So this, always look at the old one. Make sure you know which way it goes around. See if there is. It's pretty much the same. So this goes towards that little relief right there. Just make sure you put it back the way it came out. Always refer to the old one, so it's a good idea checking that. Then you know it's right. Don't want to do this job twice. Don't want to do it because you've mixed it up. So there is a little groove in there. Make sure it sits seated. Make sure that lines up on there. Got to go through the bleeding procedure again, so let's get this thing started. It is full of coolant. We're just got to let it go through the sequence. Make sure the heat is on. Not too much fan. It's funny how this one starts the fans and then he shuts them off. So let's get this thing warmed up. Fingers crossed, we got it fixed. I gotta go run real quick and go take a quick look at the proof for the new t-shirt, a Del Sol shirt. We'll be right back to this car. Right now we're waiting for the thermostat to open so we can get some heat on the bottom hose. We're gonna check on the temperature to see what this is doing. Short term, long term. Engine coolant temp, there you go. 192, 196. So typically it will creep up. We'll keep an eye on that. The thermostat will open and then you'll see it drop, and then once it drops to 190, 188, something like that. You see right now it's still climbing. The fans have come on. We'll keep an eye on that. If all of a sudden it rockets up, obviously turn it off. We do have the cap off. It's not going to build pressure and blow fluid everywhere. It will just climb in this bucket. You'll see it will climb and drop, and you'll see it start purging out of this little hole right here, which is kind of what we designed into this thing. So nice and hot here. Careful sticking your hand down here. But let me put a disclaimer on the screen and say don't put it down there because somebody will get mad at me. Yeah, blow hose is cold. Squish the hose. All right, we got heat. Yep, got heat in our low hose now. We've been keeping an eye on this. You never want to let that thing get too high. Oh, that's a good sign. It's sucked our fluid out now. Another reason we have this bucket so you can kind of regulate it, and you'll see it burp out of here. 194, 192. The fan should cut off here in a second. Fan's still running at 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, the low hose is screaming hot. It's working. Trims are working nicely.
I can see the coolant moving in the radiator.
Yeah. I feel like working at the dealership right now, so we're gonna let that one cool down. We're ordering a switch because we're 99% certain the switch is bad because it comes on and just never shuts off. That one we're putting aside right now because we have one in the shop that's here for a valve adjustment that dropped off late last night or early in the morning. I'll have to check the cameras, but it's stone cold, so it's been here a while. This is here for a valve adjustment. So while George does the valve adjustment on that one, I want to start assembling the suspension. He's got Öhlins, and this all comes in components, so it has to be assembled. Take my welding helmet to Superior. George has about got that valve adjustment finished, right?
Adjusted, just needs to put the cover back on.
All right, I've already assembled those. Those are good. Oh, look at that, GMC Canyon. So I used a welder like that in college. It wasn't a Miller, it was an English version, but it was a big monster thing like that. So this is an Alfa Romeo fender that was painted, and then they noticed a crack here. Well, they're all aluminum, so basically what that would do is just continue to spread. What I'm going to do is I need them to sand it in a larger area, because what happens is once I heat that, the fumes will basically build up around here and just ruin my weld. All right, so we got it sanded, and I got a clean spot to ground. Just carefully put that on there. What I gotta do is see what we can do and build up a little bit around that crack, and then they can sand it and finish it. All right, wish me luck. I almost think that's like a design flaw. You see that? I just built that up. That was cut out all the way to the top there, which is why it cracked. So I've just built up a ton of material there. This stuff is thin aluminum, really, really tough to weld, but I think we got it. Done a lot of work with Superior. They painted the red Integra, if you saw that car. The first Insight we did that was on the cover of Turbo Magazine, they did that car. They've done the S2000. I did the CR front bumper and the CR wing and lip. New sensor. I'm gonna try and put this in without draining everything. Not bad, huh? It's pretty quick. So who knows, maybe from the last overheating it ruined that switch. Who knows? So let's go ahead and see what happens now. All right, we shouldn't need to re-bleed. I'm pretty sure it bled out, but let's start it and we'll see what happens. Keep an eye on the temps. We'll keep an eye on the hose. See what is going on. Fingers crossed we got it this time. I don't think we've ever had so much hassle changing a motor before. Usually you put them in and they're done. Live data. Let's see what it's going to do. Bring it up to temperature and make sure the fans cycle properly, then it should be okay. Because what would happen is the fans would come on and they just wouldn't shut off. They would hold the temperature all the way down until the water was cold and the thermostat would close again. 203. It's working, so hopefully the fans will come on and do their job. Trying to get some temperature in it. I've heard them come on at like 203, 204. As long as they come on and then shut off, we'll be all right. There we go.
It's still hot down there.
Good. Fan is on at 207. Again, that's reading the temperature from here. The fan switch is reading the temperature from there. Let's just make sure it shuts off. And I'll go test drive it, then we can get on to the next one. All right, confirmed, switched off. I sure hope he shampoos this thing because the carpet is wet and it doesn't smell particularly good in here. And of course, surrounded by ants doesn't make you feel super comfortable either. That's a good looking Colorado. You hear the brakes dragging? Well, they're not dragging, they're just making the noise when I apply the brake because they were rusty. That should clean off. A couple light brakes. You'd hear them? That should clean off. And I think it'll be fine. It's just surface rust because it's been sitting 152,000 miles. Now it's got a 50,000 mile motor in there. Actually drives pretty good. It's one of those cars that looks a lot worse than what it is. It just needs some major TLC. The car itself feels actually pretty good. Transmission feels good. MP2 motor is definitely going to feel better to drive. Despite what the MP1 guys say. It definitely has a lot more torque. A week from today, I'm leaving in the S2000 to go to the Dragon. They just engaged VTEC. We're at 194. Make sure the road is clear. Yep. So hopefully you guys are going up there and we see you. We're going to have two different types of t-shirts. We're going to have the regular classic Honors on the Dragon t-shirt with 4 cars on it. Then we're going to make a dedicated Del Sol t-shirt for you guys. With the Del Sols, that nobody seems to give you guys any love and make a Del Sol shirt. We're gonna have it, dedicated t-shirt for you guys. Everything is happy. All right, let's have some power. It's not bad. Is that Bruce? I was about to say you're out of uniform. You got on my damn shirt.
I got a shirt in my own color.
I can't believe you got that freaking shirt. I haven't got one yet. I was just about to go.
I told you I got the colors you don't
Take
sell.
that damn shirt
I have
off.
all the shirts.
Come on. See, the dumb UPS guy gets a hookup with a
you
printer.
don't sell in different colors.
Yeah, you can get anyone you
Can
want.
I advertise my store?
Yeah.
LHTknockoff.com.
That's awesome. Gotta love Bruce. He's got a shirt before I've even got him done. He's got to test one. All right, that car is good. Bruce delivers to our t-shirt lady, so he grabbed one of her test shirts. This is the Del Sol shirt. It's in classic LHT blue with white. These are jerseys, high quality. If you've bought our shirts before, you know what we're about, high quality. This is the back. This is the Del Sol swoosh that is on the back, that's on the floor mats on the carpet, and it's got the LHT and the classic Hondas on the Dragon 9 on the bottom. Available at the meet only. These are $15. Bring cash, because there is very little internet out there. Yes, we are going to the meet. We will be there. Classic Hondas on the Dragon 9. October 12th and 13th. Come by the LHT tent. All right, steering wheel just came in. This is the one that we sent one already, and then he changed his mind. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, nice. So this is going on a Ridgeline, a black series that has the black and the red. So that's what he wanted, the perforated leather on the sides and the red stitched. That is beautiful. This is the other wheel, which sucked because we sent it out. And then he called and said, that wheel won't work, send it back. Anybody any idea? You guys seen it before? Stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you where it came from. This one is ready to go. Customer is called. He should be picking it up here pretty soon. I'm leaving it open to try and air it out because it's wet on the inside. It doesn't smell particularly good. I think it's had a broken window for a while, and that water has just found its way. And this is probably a Robbins top because I see those come unglued there all the time. And he's not ready to do a new top, so we'll report back if he does, and we'll show this on a later video. So Mailman just dropped this off. Fragile. What do you think this could be? Look at the packet first off. It is a Moda Compacto. Look at that thing. Let me get it out. Let's inspect it for damage.
That's actually a not so well kept though.
Unbelievable. This is a game changer, by the way. If you ever rivet, this is the one to get. We were kind of apprehensive about buying it, but now we use it so much with so many tops. It does such a good job of these guys. Really does. Definitely worth it. Shameless plug for our lights. I had my light for over a year, and it still worked. I just lost it, and it sucks. And I use it so much, I'm just gonna get a new one. Awesome. It's already got power. This just came in yesterday. This is the new wrench for the Civic caps, the Civic Type R, the Integra Type S, pretty much everything 2001 and up. It fits this cap right here. Look at that. Makes life much easier. That cap is not a pretty looking cap, and it's not easy to get on and off, especially on the Civic Type R. Billet aluminum. By the time you see this video, it will be in the store. And of course, we have the oil filter wrench for the Civics. Time to check the mice. Why are we not catching any mice? The other things on his list is the carbon lip, which is supposed to bolt to this factory hardware. Don't look at that in the background. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. There you go, George. So this, we'll see. Does it have a brand on it?
Not that I've seen yet.
Just says lip.
Yeah.
That's usually the best. It's just like cast into it, lip or turbo. You don't see that much any of these days, so let's have a look. We'll put it up there and we'll see what it looks like. They're factory installed.
Yep, have paint over them. So.
I don't remember if these were ever painted from the factory. They probably were, so it picks up these right here.
The three across the middle, the push pins, we'll have to open those holes up.
Yeah, they're a smaller diameter. What we can do is measure the hole diameter of the push pin.
And then there's a hole here at the end, but there's nothing in the end back here.
Okay, so we have to...
We'll put a screw in there, see if we have a one of those metal clips that a screw goes in.
Yeah. Doesn't look bad though, does it?
No. We'll pull some hardware out and right there. Yeah. Little add-on.
Oh yeah. Looks like it fits pretty well. Yeah. When you line these up right here, these are not far off. These have to be drilled out, but as you see where the hole is,
yeah.
If we drill that out, it's going to be right on the edge of the carbon. The carbon's almost certainly going to break. And that is about a 10mm hole right there for the push pin. What we're thinking about doing is opening these up to 6mm and putting a small nut and bolt through there with a washer on the backside. Just so we don't have to drill that out too much, because as you see right there, there's not much left. These should be fine, and we can add a screw here. I think that's what we're going to do, and then we'll show you what it looks like. It's actually clever how it fits in there, but there's just not enough material. By the time you see this video, if I know what lid this is, I'll put it in the description. But basically we used an OEM screw right there and one of the quick nuts. These were pretty close right here. This, it wasn't going to work. I see there wouldn't be much material left over, so they're 25mm 6mm bolts with a fender washer on each side, and up in there a small lock nut. So that keeps that there without having to really crank it. It fits pretty good. I mean, there's a tiny gap, but I mean, for an aftermarket part, that's not bad at all. Once it's on the ground, it'll look the part. There's something else in here too. Oh, there's more oil in here. So this is the oil is provided. It's a little wet in here too.
Yeah, one of them's leaked. So hopefully he has enough. It looks like it's full.
Yeah, this is wet. It's probably wet inside there.
Some 530.
I think Honda recommends 1030 for the S2000, don't they?
Yeah.
That's a little bit light for the S2000. On the cap and on the manual, it recommends 1030 just because they're notorious for burning off a little bit, especially when you got a synthetic. Yeah, everything's all wet. So
Before what's left in the bag in there.
we recommend to use 1030. Yeah, we might be able to fill it out.
If we need it, you know.
If it's that much low. Okay, fresh oil and filter using customer supplied parts, and then it's ready to go. The height measured out perfect, looks good, and the lip really suits that. Definitely a nice looking car. So you remember I told you about the carbon heat shield right there that we saw earlier. You want to know where that came from? This is in 1999. I built that based on some testing, and we sold it on Honda Tech. We did a lot of those things. In fact, somebody did a full review and an instruction on it right there. Carbon fiber piece that we made for the S2000. You can see how old this is based on this guy's computer. See that? Hit the subscribe button down there. It does help us grow, helps other people find us. Classic Hondas on the Dragon, 12th and 13th, we will be there. Correction, we didn't go to Classic Hondas on the Dragon because we had a guy called Milton come over and screw those plans up. Hopefully you guys had a good time that was there. We were bummed we couldn't be there. We were planning so much. We had so much stuff put aside. I still had stuff like the tent out, table, banner, was going to show the Hyper Compacto, was going to bring some Moto Compactos. Del Sol Christian was going to bring a Moto Compacto. He was going to do a raffle on it. We have 250 t-shirts. So much stuff, but it didn't happen. Well, the Classic Hondas on the Dragon t-shirts are in the store. We're going to donate $5 from each shirt. We were going to sell the shirts for $15 because it's essentially what we have in them. But we made them 20, so $5 is going to go to hurricane relief. So that is a good cause. I'll show all that when it all comes together. And also we have a second shirt, a Del Sol shirt. Once they're gone, they're gone. Never going to make them again. Check them out, lhtperformance.com. Hopefully you guys survived the storm. Hopefully you guys are safe. Hopefully the guys that went to the Dragon had a good time. And like I always say, enjoy your car. See you on the next video.